Hello and welcome to Lemon Squad, the channel where we talk through our nose and yet we keep on reminding you to subscribe. It's just like Internet Explorer reminding you to make it its default browser. It's embarrassing. Today we're here to talk about South Africa, the Rainbow Nation, and one of the most developed countries on the continent of Africa with some of the best infrastructure. But if you take a closer look, if you take your time to go and explore what lies beneath those shining buildings, it is a sad reality, a reminder of the years of oppression and segregation by the white minorities. The apartheid era still echoes to this day, and it has left behind one of the most unequal countries in the world. Ranking first among 164 countries, it has some of the worst living standards in Africa, even worse than some parts of Zimbabwe. Of course, it's unfair to just blame everything on the past. The apartheid happened almost 3 decades ago, and today's problems are being made worse by the poor governance. With such high poverty rates, it is no surprise that it has some of the highest crime rates in the world, coming third with Venezuela taking the leading north. Gang violence is rampant, looting, arson, gender-based violence, and murder. It is a failed state to some degree. Despite all these alarming rates of crime, it comes as a surprise that bank robberies do not happen that often. What is more common, however, is cash-in-transit robberies. The thugs who commit such crimes are often organized and will stop at nothing to get what they want, including killing the police officers and putting the lives of innocent people at risk. According to a 2021 police report, 46 cash-in-transit robberies were committed between April and June. In June, police conducted a takedown operation in Midland and intercepted 27 heavily armed gang members planning a CIT robbery. From 2012 to 2019, there were 2,521 robberies of CIT vehicles in South Africa. That's a staggering number. Cash-in-transit robberies is one of the most violent and financially crippling to a country. The thugs who execute such crimes do not think twice to pull the trigger on anyone who comes between them and the cash they so desperately need. But why exactly are cash-in-transit robberies more common than traditional bank robberies in South Africa? Bank robberies in South Africa often don't yield much, hence it is far much easier to target a cash-in-transit van than to go at a heavily armed bank. Most banks in South Africa limit their cash holdings to reduce risk of robberies. The actual value at each branch depends on the cash movement for the branch, some taking more deposit than what is given out in withdrawing and vice versa. The cash in reserve often depends on the time of the month. At the end of the month, Christmas or Easter, banks will hold more cash reserves than they usually do. The ATM is another easier target for the robbers, but most ATMs hold less cash, sometimes less than $10,000. Most banks also have die stealing, and the method used to open these machines is blowing up. So it is more likely that the cash will spoil in the ATMs, unless for the expert criminals who knows how to open it in a correct way. So that leaves us with cash-in-transit robberies as the most viable option. It is classified information, but according to estimates, the amount of cash in the armored trucks usually depends on the purpose of the tour. The tour can be assigned to refilling ATMs, cash retrievals from customers, or bank deliveries and pickups. It also depends on how many guards are there and the insurance on the truck, but in excess, One armored truck carries around 2 million US dollars. That's a good payday for most criminals in South Africa. It is difficult to deflect an attack of 15 to 20 armed criminals attacking from multiple vehicles. The robberies are coordinated and aggressive. Hollywood has popularized cash-in-transit robberies. The movies are often depicted from the criminal's perspective and are unrealistic in the sense that there are no victims despite the shootings and the explosives. In the real world, cash-in-transit robberies are violent and messy and often results in the loss of lives. That is not to say South Africa hasn't produced some of the daring bank robberies in the world, the infamous one being the 1977 Kruger's Drop bank robbery, where in today's money about 19.5 million rands was stolen by robbers who gained access to the bank vault by digging a tunnel underneath the building. I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please subscribe and leave a like, and help support the channel down in the description. I will see you later. Bye.